Hello everyone, Ollie here from 𝔸𝕗𝕗 Cinema, and I'm here with 𝔸𝕗𝕗.
Hello people of the internet.
And unfortunately, as you can see, it's just us two today. For a while we were planning to have Rusty with us so we can have another trio video, because obviously it's a Marvel film, and obviously for the past couple of Marvel reviews we've done, obviously we've been all three of us together, trio video. But Rusty got back to us recently and just informed us and said, unfortunately guys, I can't make it. So we miss you, Rusty, wish you were with us, and we love you as bros. So yeah, I think that's about it. So other than obviously, sorry for the lack of videos. Obviously I've made a couple of videos in the past couple of days because I've been holed up with work at university, and it's been a stressful period. I won't go too much into detail, but it's finally over. I'm free, and actually 𝔸𝕗𝕗's free as well from college, so we're all free to go.
Yeah, we're all free.
Yeah, so so as you can see by the title and the thumbnail, we are here to watch Fantastic Four.
Say that again.
Fuck. See, I knew this would happen. Yeah, Fantastic Four First Steps. Yeah, I mean, I'm intrigued to see what this is like, because we'll give a quick history of our thoughts on the previous Fantastic Four films. Just to get it clear right now, I haven't actually seen, well, the previous three that everyone knows, the early 2000 ones, in like a few years. And then obviously Fantastic, the 2015 one, I haven't seen either. I've seen them all back to back, essentially. A friend of mine ages ago gave me his DVDs. He lent them to me, and I watched them, but obviously that was years ago. So I haven't got already a good reference to say how I really felt about them, but I'll talk about them all in my before thoughts. But 𝔸𝕗𝕗 has said that he has watched those three in preparation, but he will say his thoughts as well on that. But yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say for this intro, but just apologies for the lack of videos recently, other than obviously the past couple of days. But hopefully we can be a bit more what's the word, hopefully we can upload more than we have been for a little bit. But again, I've always said in these videos, or at least we have, we don't have a set schedule, we just upload when we upload. It's just a hobby of ours. So yeah, but it's good to be we're back. Unfortunately, obviously without Rusty, but hopefully next time all three of us will be together. But for now, it's just me and 𝔸𝕗𝕗 for Fantastic Four First Step. So I'm going to hand it over to 𝔸𝕗𝕗, sharing his thoughts on the first three Fantastic Four films, and then he's going to share his before thoughts on this First Steps one. So yeah, pass on to 𝔸𝕗𝕗.
Alright, hello everyone. Now, I have watched these films because I do own a Disney Plus account, so I decided to watch these films, hopefully to get some understanding of what the Fantastic Four is.
Oh, was it your first time watching them?
Yeah, this was my first time watching them.
Okay.
And I thought the first one wasn't too bad, to be honest. It was more like a 6 out of 10. But like, I think Ben Grimm and Chris Pratt's
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans.
Yeah, Chris Evans as Johnny Storm, aka the Human Torch. I think they were the strongest part of the first film. Although Sue and Reed Richards, also known as Invisible Woman, and Mr. Fantastic, I just didn't feel like their chemistry was strong enough, because in the comics, Sue and
Reed Richards.
Mr. Reed Richards, Mr. Reed Richards got married in the comics, because the Fantastic Four back then was Marvel's first family, created by the legendary Stan Lee, God rest his soul. And I'm very nervous about this film, particularly because it's very important to me that they get the chemistry between them right, because Fantastic Four are supposed to be a family unit. And then, like, after watching the first film, I've watched the second one, which I think is probably the strongest one so far out of all the films I've watched. Personally, because it does escalate the film's progression a lot more. It doesn't feel as complicated as it was, but it is a 7 out of 10, that film. If you want to know more, I will put a lot more information in my Letterboxd, or just create some stupid comment, as I usually do these days. And then there is Fantastic. My God. The film is horrible. The only thing that was good about it for me was the effects. And maybe that iconic line everyone knows.
That you just uttered earlier.
Say that again. The film was absolutely horrendous. I'm hoping maybe I might do a video on that film on my channel at some point, if I have time though. Because personally, sometimes I can be a bit lazy with a few bits here and there. That is my flaw in my person. And I think the best part I've enjoyed about the first two was Ben Grimm, the Human Torch. No, Ben Grimm's The Thing, in case you're getting confused. And Doctor Doom. I really loved his performance in it. The actor of the Doctor Doom in the first two movies did tragically pass away. I think it was a few weeks ago. Again, God bless his soul as well. And the Doctor Doom in the Fantastic film was so bad. It was none of it was comic accurate at all. They did not respect the source material at all because they wanted to create a gritty reboot. I think if you want more depth into my frustrations, I've watched a video by 𝔸𝕚𝕝𝕚 that is based on the gritty reboot and his own review of a Fantastic, which I do agree with his reviews. Now, regarding this film, as I stated before, I'm very nervous about this because I want the chemistry between these characters to be done right. Because again, this is Marvel's first family, the Fantastic Four. Other than that, I have a lot of mixed feelings before watching this.
Have you seen any of the trailers?
Yeah, I've saw the trailers. Yeah, they're not bad, to be honest. But I'm very skeptical about this. And I think the most controversial thing has been Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards.
Right.
Look, don't get me wrong, I like Pedro Pascal, but I'm not sure as if he fits the role of Reed Richards as the smartest man alive. I don't think he feels like that to me.
Well, we have to wait and see until we watch the film, really.
And apparently Doctor Doom is supposed to be in this film because obviously nobody can stop spoiling things online. But I think that's about it for me. I don't want to drag this on for too long. I'm ready to watch this when you are.
Okay, right. My before thoughts. Again, like I briefly mentioned before, I handed it over to 𝔸𝕚𝕝𝕚, but I did say that I hadn't watched any. Well, I haven't watched the original two Fantastic Four films from 2005 and 2007, something like that. The first and second one with obviously Chris Evans and Jessica Alba, those two, and then obviously the 2015 film as well, the reboot. I haven't seen them in like 5-6 years, so, and I couldn't get access to them as of this moment, so didn't prep to go watch them for this viewing. So yeah, it's been a while since I've seen them, so it's not the end of the world anyway, but I'll preferably do that. But anyway, so yeah, again, don't have much to say on those, but other than I think I kind of liked the earlier ones, but then the 2015 one obviously is not great. I don't remember it being that very good, but yeah, so I'm just going to head straight into the new one, what my before thoughts are. So Fantastic Four First Steps.
Tongue twister.
Yeah. So I've seen all of the trailers, I think, actually. Obviously some advertising in the cinema from the previous films we've been wanting to see, but yeah, I've liked all the trailers. Didn't think they were fantastic.
Say that again.
Yeah. But they were fine for me. I've never been that attached to Fantastic Four personally. Again, I've only watched the other iterations once, so yeah. I don't really have too much to say other than obviously, I guess the casting choices. Obviously, we got yeah, it's raining. We've got to be quick. It's raining. It's kind of drizzling a bit. 𝔸𝕚𝕝𝕚 was just like that we saw Galactus in the sky or something. Yeah. But yeah, I think the casting choices, Pedro Pascal, as you just briefly mentioned, I like Pedro. I mean, I can't really say too much about whether I think he's suitable for Reed Richards, because again, I've only have the original and Fantastic Four to really compare, and obviously the reboot. But I don't know anything. I've never read a single comic in my life, so I can't compare with the comics. I'm just hoping he's great. Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm. I don't think I've ever seen her in anything, but I've definitely heard of her as an actress. I've seen her. She was in one of the latest Mission Impossible films.
She was in Napoleon.
Napoleon, yes, she did. She played his wife, yeah, of course. Yeah, there was that. I can't really remember that film too much. I wasn't very fond of it personally.
I don't think any of us were, to be fair.
No. But yeah, I hope she's good as well. Sue Storm. Joseph Quinn, who was in Gladiator 2, he played one of the evil twin emperors. He's playing Johnny Storm, aka the Human Torch. Hope he's good as well. I like him as well as an actor. And then obviously we have, I keep forgetting the guy's name. He's playing Ben Grimm, the Thing. Yeah, forgetting his name, but I hope he's good as well. Don't have much else to say on them, but hope the actors are good. I hope the story's good. The aesthetic looks interesting, of the fact that it's in a different universe. I can't wrap my head around of Earth 812 or some shit. I don't know, the top of the universe. Yeah, I'm just watching it as a film itself, and I'm not buying into any of the fucking lore and stuff. I'm just watching it as a film itself, which is basically what I do with most Marvel films these days anyway. So yeah, I just hope it's good and hope we are entertained, and yeah, just hope it's not another fan four stick. Yeah, I mean, I genuinely can't think of anything worse than that, so I don't think anything can come to that point. So yeah, I mean, we've actually got a while, I think, until we actually can go in, because it's at 4:20 it opens, and at the moment it's 3:34, so we've got 40 minutes until we need to go in there. So I don't know what we're going to be doing in the meantime.
I know exactly where to take you. There's a comic book shop in Penzance. Someone there will give you some information.
Okay.
Who the Fantastic Four are.
Alright.
I don't think I could give you enough depth myself, because I'm still learning the curves of the comics myself. I'm sort of an early bird.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's what we're doing then, I guess, in the meantime.
I'm gonna drag you out.
Yeah.
Shit.
But yeah, again, not too much to say beforehand. Again, I'm not very detached to the Fantastic Four team, family, whatever you want to say. But I just hope it's good. Obviously, Marvel's been a hit and miss recently, as we all know. What was the last thing we watched? Was it Thunderbolts, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I like Thunderbolts. I mean, it was a little bit disappointing because to be fair, the overhype of the trailer that I watched, that I really liked, kind of bummed me out a bit. But I didn't think it was bad. And then Captain America was the previous one.
Brave New World.
Yeah, it's right. And then before that was Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah,
I think.
that was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. And then beyond that, I can't remember. The Marvels, I think, was the last one. which I think we watched with. I think I watched it with Rusty. It was back. It was before when you came around, actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, gonna head off now and wait to go in. I've got 40 minutes to wait, and we will see you on the outside. Roll the preview.
Please welcome the Fantastic Four.
Is it clobbering time?
Hell yeah!
I herald Galactus.
It's quite complicated to watch.
Alright, so just got out of the film, and I must say, every time I come out of a film, of the cinema, it's really difficult because you always dread coming out when doing these videos, and you're like, even though I've just watched the film, it's like, it's hard to gather everything up for a video, for a review, because even by the end of the day, after you watch the film, you're still like processing it. At least that's for me anyway. So I'm going to try and be quick and informative as possible. Overall, I liked it. I liked obviously something that ℕ𝕣𝕠 said before we went in. He said he wants there to be a good family dynamic, and with this film, I think they mostly captured that well. But then again, I haven't seen the other interpretations in years. But from my memory, it felt like those in a way, but different, because these different set of characters are different to what the other were, which is good, because obviously you want there to be different things. You want it to be good, but different as well. And yeah, I think the cast did well. I think Pedro Pascal, didn't like him as much as I was hoping, but I think he was serviceable. And yeah, he's not. I wouldn't say he's kind of typical Reed Richards, but I didn't not hate it. Anyway, so moving on to Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm, aka the Invisible Woman. I liked her enthusiasm as in the family, and yeah, again, I my mind's all over the place. So I'm just going to move on to Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm, aka the Human Torch. And I liked him as well. Again, he was different to like Chris Evans, because Chris Evans had more of a, even though I think Joseph Quinn had more of a boyish charm, but I think Chris Evans had a better
Devil May Cry.
What does that mean?
It's very hard to describe. Maybe
just a ladies' man, I guess you could say. Chris Evans to me was better portraying as a ladies' man than Joseph Quinn was, but not to say that Joseph Quinn was bad. It was just, you know, in capturing that part was okay. But I found his character funny sometimes, especially his interactions with the Silver Surfer. Obviously in the trailers and the advertisement, you kind of got a sense of what was going on with those two. And then The Thing, Ben Grimm, I liked him as well. Yeah, God, there's so much going on in my head right now. It's like, there's this. Yeah, but I like the family. I'm just going to say overall, I like the family. And then the Silver Surfer, I did like her. I understand, obviously, her motivations of the fact that obviously she was kind of made to become Galactus's, what did they call it? A herald. Also, I got that, and obviously she was kind of he obviously made her herald, and I understood her, you know, the reason why she did it. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see her in the future. In future Marvel stuff, because the actress Julia Garner, who's actually been in quite a few things recently, which I haven't seen yet, and she's in a film called Weapons, a horror film, and that's supposed to be quite good and quite unique horror film. So I want to try and check that out at some point, but I can't guarantee when. But yeah, I thought she was good as well as the Silver Surfer. I liked the aesthetic of the film as well. Like the kind of the 80s-ish.
It happened during the 60s.
Yeah, okay, the 60s, thank you. Comic nerd here. But yeah,
it's in the name, NerdTube.
Yes. So yeah, the 60s aesthetic, while still having the technology that they built over time. Obviously, it's a different universe. So it works in their own way. So that's fine, and I like it. I think all the guys showed their powers off well. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of Mr. Fantastic using his powers, but everyone else I thought showed off their powers very well, especially Johnny Storm. And well, I mean, The Thing, obviously he's just a massive rock, so obviously he's very strong. We see him. I mean, is it one of the best Marvel films? In my opinion, no. That doesn't take away that it's a bad film for me, but it's just, I mean, this wasn't like a Thunderbolts for me, where, you know, I was set up to be disappointed. It was just, it was a fairly decent film, but I mean, I'll probably not watch it again until like maybe either it comes out on Disney Plus, or I might tempt getting the Blu-ray. I'm not sure. I haven't decided yet, because obviously I've just come out of the film and I need to kind of just kind of let my thoughts digress. But I'm trying to think of mixed and negative things right now. But I don't know, like, yeah, I feel like you should have gone first now, because right now, for mixed and negatives, I can't think any, like, blaring ones for me. Like, there's nothing like, I was like, ooh, that was weird, or, you know. I mean, I feel like I heard that they were going to try and make this more of a serious film, but there were quite a few jokes in there, and most of them did land for me, and I thought they were okay, but, I don't know, it's really difficult to try and pinpoint any mixed or negative things, again, because I couldn't really point out anything glaring that's mixed or negative. So I don't know, I feel like I'm cutting this short now, but I'll give my rating really quick now. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10, which is kind of my safe rating. Yeah, I think 7 out of 10, which on my Letterboxd it's pretty good. That's a pretty good rating. So above average. So yeah, that's a 3.5 star. Yeah, I don't know much else to say, to be honest. Yes, it's really frustrating, actually. I don't know why there's not much else that I can give away, really. But again, I like the characters, I like the aesthetic of the film. I like how parts of the film show what time period they're in because of the aspect ratio. That's really cool. I mean, you could tell that in the trailers, but when you actually watch the film, it's good. The effects were very good as well. Yeah, some good sequences in space. Like the space sequences are good as well. Yeah, I mean, I can't really pinpoint anything like, I don't know, can't pinpoint anything that's mixed or bad, negative rather. So I might have to pass it on to NerdTube and see what his thoughts are, and then maybe something that he says that I might have not noticed, or perhaps that I didn't catch my eye of, because obviously every person perceives things differently. So perhaps I may have noticed something that didn't come off as a negative or whatever for me. So I'm very interested to see what NerdTube thinks, so I'm going to pass it on to him, and if I have anything to comment whilst or after he says something, then I will say. So for me, that's it for me for now. I apologise that it was pretty bare bones for my thoughts. Nothing bit of it. I was hoping for maybe a bit of everything, but that's just the way it is for me, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm going to pass it on to NerdTube, see what he thinks, and again, if I have anything else to comment, then I will say afterwards. So pass on to NerdTube.
I couldn't help but notice, but this film felt kind of stressful to watch for me, in a way. Okay, on to the good. Okay, I liked the dynamic between Ben and Johnny. That's always fun to watch. That always seems to be a repetitive thing in these Fantastic Four movies. Sue and Reed, they were decent enough. And then there was the 60s aesthetic. I thought that was pretty decent. The score was pretty cool to listen towards. The cinematography is nice to look at. And Galactus was probably my favorite part of the film, because they got his design right, and the actor that they chose for him, I think he fitted really well, because I could sense sort of evil British person in that tone. Now, on to the mixed. I think Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. This did not feel like Reed Richards to me. Pedro Pascal, he didn't get off a bad performance, don't get me wrong, but he didn't feel like the smartest man alive to me. He just felt like the supporting husband. And I have a lot of mixed feelings about having Sue Storm as a political figure. because I understand she's the more motherly and nurturing person in the Fantastic Four, but I never see her as like a leader or a political person. Yes, she's the heart of the team, but I'm not sure if she would get onto political stuff. And then there's the gender swapping for the Silver Surfer. Look, the actress didn't do a bad job. She didn't. She was decent. But I have a lot of mixed feelings on that, because normally I don't mind it when there are a lot of gender or race swapping things, as long as they do it right. But this, it kind of feels stressful to me. And now, on to the bad. I think the CGI felt kind of on and off for me, because I could notice that the green screen was just so obvious to look at, and the CGI was just very, very hit or miss. The jokes, for me, were very hit or miss. The pacing, for me, just felt like it was dragging itself on, just sort of. And honestly, I don't have a lot to say about this film. I don't. I felt really stressed, and I felt like I wanted to go to sleep during this film. I can understand this film's trying to be a bit more serious, but honestly, I think the first two Fantastic Four films, starring Jessica Alba and Chris Evans, are a lot more fun and a lot more engaging to watch than this film. Also, another thing to add on my bad. Why didn't Ben Grimm have an accent? Because in the comics and in the films, Ben Grimm has an accent. Where has that gone? Did they just decide not to have that? I don't know. I don't want to think about it too much. So, I'm sorry to say, but I think this film's gonna have to be a 6 out of 10 for me. It's kind of stressful to watch. I'm sorry. I know there are other people who might disagree with me and just say that they might have a different opinion, but at the end of the day, it's just how I view things. It's how I viewed this film. Overall, that's probably it for me. 6 out of 10.
So yeah, that's kind of our initial thoughts, really. Like, I don't think we have too much else to add on. I mean, the only things that I perceived from NerdTube's thoughts is the things that he noticed that I didn't really. Like, some of the CGI, like, I thought most of it was fine to me, but then again, I'm not an expert in CGI, and I'm sure NerdTube isn't either, but you probably noticed more things than I do.
Yeah, normally, like, when I'm watching a film, I like to pay attention to it sometimes and, like, go, like, right in depth.
Yeah, I try not to. I mean, even though I'm wanting to be part of the film industry, I try and turn my brain off on that, like, unless it's really obvious, because I don't want to seek out for things. Like, I just want to watch it for what it is. Like, I just want to watch a film as it is. So, unless I notice it, then I do point it out, but I don't go out looking for those nitpicks or just parts of the film that I think would be not great. So, yeah. I don't know what else to really say, to be honest. I mean, I've said what I could say in this amount of time, and I'm sure that NerdTube is the same.
Yeah, normally I don't like nitpicking, but sometimes I do get a guilty pleasure out of it. Sometimes. It's not nice, but when it comes to bad films, yes, I enjoy it. It's a guilty pleasure. But when it comes to films that are just okay or good, I don't enjoy it.
Alright, so, yeah, I don't know how long we've been recording for in total, but hopefully it's fine and not gonna affect like my storage or anything, because obviously, you know, these files can be quite big, so hopefully it should be okay. But obviously a short review isn't always bad, you know. I mean, you can only take out what you can, like, you know, you can't bring out everything in this short amount of time, so yeah. yeah, so a 7 out of 10, I said. 7 out of 10 for me, and then a 6 out of 10 for NerdTube. So, yeah, that's a 3.5 star for me and a 3-star review for him. And yeah, sorry if you were expecting more, but sometimes with these reviews, there's only so much you can get out. So
It is what it is.
yeah, yeah. Again, it wasn't a bad film. It was just, like, again, I wasn't sure what I was really expecting, because again, I'm not really attached with Fantastic Four, and obviously I hadn't seen the other Fantastic Four films in quite a while. So I mean, I knew obviously the family dynamic and the themes and stuff, and then obviously, the typical Marvel action and everything, but like, yeah, I mean, I wasn't really expecting too much of the story. Like, obviously I knew that Galactus was coming, I knew that Silver Surfer was going to be his say it again, Herald say it again. Herald. So yeah, yeah, I mean, I knew that kind of stuff, but like, in terms of deep plot details, and yeah, there wasn't that much more that they portrayed in the film that I didn't know, which it obviously isn't usually a bad thing. It's just what you're coming to expect with a film. So yeah, I mean, it was above average for me. It was above average film. Yeah, that's why it's a 7 out of 10. A 7 out of 10 is a pretty good rating, which is on my Letterboxd. And yeah, that's all I can really say. Is I don't know what else NerdTube has to say before we head off.
I don't think I have anything else to say.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. We're gonna head off, and yeah, that's really it, to be honest. Are you glad you come though, or not?
Yeah, I still enjoy going with you, going to watch movies.
Yeah, same here. So yeah, that's really it, guys. So if you enjoyed our review, please give it a thumbs up. Let us know in the comments below if you've watched Fantastic Four First Steps, and yeah, we'll see you in the next video. I don't know what that'll be, if it'll be just me, with me and NerdTube, or all three of us, hopefully, or what, but whatever it is, we will see you then.
Sayonara.
Cheers!